I believe many people, including me, are wondering why the hard-earned money of ours, our earlier generation, the purchasing power of our currency went down so much. There's a popular image circulating on the web for a while. Goes with the dollar purchasing power has gone down over 95% comparing back 100 years ago. But why? Why is the dollar or any currency meant to depreciate in the longer term? Or in other words, why inflation is hitting our savings? Why inflation is necessarily needed in modern economy? Why is it so? I bet this question will get your heads rolling for a while, thinking. Since the collapse of the Bretton Woods system, the depreciation of a currency purchasing power has become more severe, and it accelerated after the Nixon shock event. Wait a second. I think I have jumped ahead too quickly. Let's rewind a little. The gold standard system, the amount of currency supply were tightly bound to the amount of gold reserves country have back in the old days. With the idea of, you want to print more money? No problem. You need to show the public something to prove that you have the ability to have this much of currency supply. Oh, wait a second. Let's jump a little bit more backward. Did you know that the currency we're using right now, the fiat currency, the paper notes, were actually mirror paper? Have you actually thought about how these papers were given values to? Like back in the old times, during the gold standard system, the value were made possible through gold. While in modern economy, the value of this fiat currency were made possible by something known for credit. Like credit card, for example, if you have enough credits, you can spend more. Like for as per country, if the country has more credit, they can print more. This might be a little bit oversimplified, but it's generally something like that. So why the fiat currency is designed to depreciation in the long run? Or in other words, why does the world's monetary system under inflationary framework? The answer is actually pretty simple. In the micro perspective, the government bodies want your saving to slowly diminish its value, so your wealth will not last forever. With the inflation slowly eroding your saving, you're indirectly forced to find a new job to sustain the affordability on your lifestyle. Now imagine this, you got $1,000. It used to be possible on maintaining the lifestyle you currently have for like 10 years without working. But because of inflation eroding the purchasing power of the mass public, which includes you, it shortens the duration by half. And by the time you have spent all of your money, you are forced to fight for survival. And when you have no money, you fight for a job. It's that simple. And then in the macro perspective, labor produces production. Labor is the fuel of the economy. Labor force is critical for making the economy run. In other words, inflation is designed to push people to work continuously to produce something out instead of staying at home waiting money to grow out from tree or probably drop from the sky. Ever since currency creation is based on credits, the limit to set the government from printing has ceased since. The expansions of currency supply grows at around 7% per year globally, averagely. In other words, you need to earn about 7% more each year to keep up and stop your saving from depreciating. But is inflationary system really bad? I will leave you room to think about it. Until then, this has been the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.